prison. This one that you see here, been in prison for 2 months. His 12-year-old son was saying that, I haven't seen my dad for 2 months, and I want everyone to help us to release him. The 12 years old son of Mehnam is not the only one. Many young kids, they haven't seen their parents for months because their parents are in prison, and not just in prison. The family doesn't know where they are. They don't know what happened to them. So many 15 years old, 16 years old, being tortured and raped in prison. It's brutal even to hear it. But this is the reality of life in Iran. And this is not just this year. 30 years. Imagine living in that situation for 30 years. 30 years of torture and execution, and yet fight for freedom. Every one of these pictures that you see represents thousands of political prisoners in Iran. Today we have this protest in 13 cities all around the world to echo the voice of political prisoners in Iran.
That brings up one question. Despite all these crimes that are happening in Iran, why British government doesn't close down the embassy? Why? They're trying to build them in brand new embassy, state-of-the-art embassy.
They should be tried, their heads of state should be tried in Hague for crime against humanity. So don't think that there are enough signatures in here. There are never enough signatures, there are never enough support, as long as the Islamic regime is in power in Iran. That's another objective that Campaign to Free Political Prisoners in Iran has. It's trying to attract an international support.
Iran has nothing to do with the government. This government not represents the people of Iran. This barbaric rules, barbaric government in Iran, with Islamist rules, which has nothing to do with the people of Iran and not representing them. Millions of people fled from Iran because they can't tolerate to live there. Thousands of people at the moment in Turkey seeking asylum seekers because of terrible laws they have in Iran. Because of they have no freedom to talk, to do anything, to raise our voice.
People in Iran are fighting to get rid of the Islamic regime and to make the world a better place to live. Our campaign is to free the political prisoners in Iran, to save them. The Iranian regime uses laws from 1300 years ago, which were reactionary even then, which were brutal even by medieval standards, in order to crush any opposition in Iran. I also want to talk about the workers in Iran who are in prison. In Iran, the regime doesn't tolerate any dissent, even trade union activity. Right now, a large number of workers, labor activists, trade unionists are in prison. Most prominently, Mansour Hasanlu, Ibrahim Madadi, and Reza Shahabi. These are the leaders of the bus workers union who went on strike in 2006, and the government in Iran arrested over 1,000 of them.
Torture, rape, and execution in Iran is just a political tool to stay in a political power. They don't have any social supporters. They have just suppression tools. They just prison, torture, and execution. Iran is a regime with 100,000 of executions and with 100,000 of the political prisoners. And that is not be tolerated by the world.
A petition against Iranian regime, brutal regime. They execute people for no reason whatsoever. It's the daily things that we do in this country, and yet we get fined and persecuted for the things that we do here. I would like to invite people to come and have a look and put their support in there for the Iranian cause, Iranian people in here.
In Iran, people have moved in millions to say no to Islamic regime of Iran. As you know, Islamic regime of Iran is a brutal regime. As you know, this regime must go. Iranian people have said no to Islamic regime of Iran by their demonstrations on the streets of Tehran and by opposing the laws of the Islamic regime.
They've been sometimes put in prison. This is the daily life of Iranian people. The people that we see here, the pictures here, they haven't done anything wrong. They've been in the protest perhaps just like what we are doing now, what we are doing.
But the aftermath and the psychological effect of it stays for many years to come, and to the families as well. Here, as you can see, there are many young people, as we were told, 15, 16, even younger. They are in prisons in Iran. Some of them are waiting for the execution. Please come and sign a petition here. You can help by signing the petition.